basketball on the Big Ten Network is presented by Ram Trucks. And tonight in Ann Arbor, Michigan, the Wolverines are home to take on the 11th ranked Wisconsin Badgers.
And give up 15 offensive rebounds. It's about the fundamentals, and I'm really curious to see how does Michigan bounce back after just not being very good in those aspects.
Well, as we'll outline throughout the broadcast, it's not been the first half that's been the problem. It's been the second half for Michigan. And as we go along, we'll show you some statistic proof of that. Here's Chucky Hepburn with the shot clock at 6, despite what the student section is trying to convince you of as it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay.
Game. I want to see him looking for some of his own shots.
Chucky averaging 8 points per game this year, averaged over 12 a year ago. Here's Storr in the corner, and the first 3 falls for A.J. Storr.
Just a lack of communication there from the Michigan Wolverines. It's a simple screen for the screener play. You're getting A.J. Storr to the corner, and Michigan a little bit confused defensively. Gives up an open shot.
Daniel whips that pass over to Nimari Burnett. Burnett on the baseline, the fadeaway fall. There's no shame in losing to Purdue. They really battled the Boilermakers.
Well, even the Nebraska game, certainly Lincoln has been such a tough place to play this year. The disappointing part of that was that they had such a good first half and then struggled so mightily in the second. But I agree. I think this Wisconsin team is for real, but this is a great start for Michigan.
And Reed finishing with the two-hand flush. A 6-3 advantage for the Wolverines.
Matching the physicality of Stephen Crowell.
And Daniel with the floater, rebounded by Wall. Wisconsin looking to push with Wall to Hepburn. Wide open 3 in the scramble, and it drops. McDaniel was slow getting back. They've
as well.
Here's Storr trying to turn the corner on McDaniel.
Doesn't go, but you'll take that. If you're a great guard, every day of the week, A.J. Storr getting to the front of that rim.
McDaniel gets to the rim. That snaps 3 straight trips without a bucket for Michigan.
And McDaniel has some real burst. That in and out just leaves the defense in the dust.
Good work inside to even it up at 8. Kamwa 35% on the year. It's not a bad shot.
Yeah, but 2 of his last 11, he's struggled from the 3-point line. Hasn't been as good offensively the last 4 or 5 games.
Boy, Storr's gotten the basket twice, just hasn't been able to finish, but not bad shots. Here's Burnett. Shovels to Reed for the flush.
Michigan playing in transition with some pace. Certainly Wisconsin wants to slow it down, but they're off the dribble drive, opportunistic, and a nice drive and dish.
Second dunk already of the night for Tarris Reed Jr. He's got 4. Storr spins to the rim, count the bucket and the foul.
Checking their man because A.J. Storr has blown by the defense.
Here's McDaniel. Working against Chucky Hepburn, he'll lob it into Reed. Double shows, Reed going to work. Inside, muscles it up, and he'll go to the line. Tarris Reed Jr. Throw no good. I mentioned 50.
20 against Illinois. The Rutgers game, he stuffed the stat sheet. But even when you look at Michigan going a little bit of a 2-3 zone there, they're going to mix and match their defenses. A lot of the time they like to match up after being in the zone. They're going to have to rebound if they're going to go to that look.
Terrence Williams the second working against the Sejan, and he rattles that one home.
Terrence Williams using his size. He puts the Sejan right down there in the post and goes to the turnaround. I like to see him not fade away as much. He's got a real size mismatch down there with Connor Sejan.
There's Hepburn. Chucky was active early, gets right to the rim against Burnett, who didn't want to pick up his.
There's no help, and it's just a blow-by for Michigan's defense.
Will Cheddar, it's been good from 3 this year. Very efficient. Back it goes to Burnett. He'll try from deep, and he'll hit the 3.
Nimari Burnett
saw the Huskers come
16
back
in that game.
Crowell challenging the shot from Kamwa.
It's shocking to see when Kamwa misses a turnaround jumper. I mean, that's just, he is so good at that shot.
Marcus Ilver on the floor. Ilver rolling to the rim, and he's got 2. The Ilver, not a Sejan on that last one. His first off the inbound. Williams airballs that baseline jumper. Cheddar able to come up with it. Here's Kamwa toeing the line against Crowell and launches the 3.
Off the ball like he is right now, but he is needed out there to make plays and make shots. A.J. Storr is living at the basket right now.
And a foul on Trey Jackson, his second. So now 2 on Burnett, who just sat down. Storr 2 for 2 at the stripe. He's 7th out. Michigan started 7 of 9. They're 1 for their last 6 from the floor. Entry to Crowell. Got position. Drives in. Count the bucket. And Wisconsin.
Jackson right up the lane. There's no one there on the backside, and the pass was on time and on target, leading him to the rim.
McDaniel breaks almost a 2.5-minute Michigan.
You look at the rebounding numbers, 7-6. I mean, they just got decimated in rebound margin and turnover margin against Rutgers. And if you're going to do that on top of not shooting well, you're not going to win many games.
Boy, how about Doug McDaniel? Again, turns the corner, gets to the rim. He's got 8. You can see how difficult it's got to be to adjust to not having him when they go on the road. And there's a foul. And the front end will give him one more. With Chucky Hepburn going back to play in his home state, but at shoot-around, which is the practice before the game. The team all gathered around John Blackwell at the end of practice as he lined up at the foul line. McDaniel splashing the 3. There's Storr, deep 3 for A.J. Storr, and the rebound to Kamwa.
Yeah, I don't think Greg Gard liked that shot, and John Blackwell is heading to the scorer's table.
Wisconsin's missed their last 5 from 3. Llewellyn splashing one. McDaniel may have knocked knees with Nolan Winter, but so far they're withstanding him on the bench with a heating pad on his left knee.
Good seal by Stephen Crowell, and that's one of the breakdowns where.
But he's been hobbling during this timeout. I mean, during this time on the bench.
Andy thanks Connor Essegian missing at the rim. Here's Trey Jackson stumbling inside, and he got fortunate that the foul was committed by Tyler. So good. And here's Crowell working against Reed. 6 to shoot. Crowell, double team comes. Crowell in some trouble. He's surrounded. Needs a little help, and a foul is called. Oh my.
And his physicality has given Crowell some issues tonight.
Williams pinballs out, and Crowell able to secure it.
Boy, Terrence Williams needs one to go down in the worst way. On the year has shot it well, but that percentage has gone from 44-45 on down to 39. He's 2 of his last 21% from the three-point line. He's had a great year guarding, and the last 10 games has just caught fire offensively.
Especially in the second half, where he's been especially good. Reed trying to pull a little Michael Jordan on the baseline, going one end.
He has regressed some, I would say, this year in terms of that.
Willingness to be aggressive, though. He's shown that tonight. Reed shows Hepburn.
He's got to get back faster. Once Winter leaves, your job is done.
Blackwell able to knife inside for 2.
Well, he's a great cutter. I mean, John Blackwell is just a good player. He's 64% from the field on possessions that ended in a cut this season, and man, he knows how to play the game, and it shows every time you watch him.
Well, he was at Brother Rice High School, excellent high school, played terrific AAU ball. His dad, Glenn Blackwell, played.
I thought Terrace Reed stayed a few too many times against Rutgers as well. Once his man leaves, you got to go with him.
Here's Hepburn, 10 to shoot against Llewellyn. Trying to take him off the dribble, gets inside for 2.
And I think that they're going to
strip. Badgers get the turnover, and they'll start it up the floor. 7 turnovers, only 2 points off those turnovers, though, for Wisconsin. And Winter is fouled by Terrace Reed Jr., and that's of their 11 Big Ten games. They've won twice. It's in 56 seconds of game action. Plan accordingly. Here's Wall. 4 points in the first half for Tyler Wall, coming off a terrific game against Purdue. Entry back, it goes to Wall, spins, baseline for 2.
Boy, he just left Kamwa in the dust right there.
10. Hepburn trying to provide it at the rim, and the rebound Williams.
That's a good take. I mean, that's a physical drive by Hepburn. It's just everything but the finish. But once again, I love the fact that he has looked more for himself tonight.
Cheddar inside, count it, and the foul. Drove right into Tyler Wall, who commits his second. So Wall with 2 fouls, 6 down. Cheddar good on the 3-point play. The difference between game and shot. 7 to shoot. McDaniel finds the open man. That's Cheddar in the corner. Can't get it to go over the rebound. Now Wisconsin with time. 6 seconds and counting. Klesmit pushing end to end, pivots in the lane, fadeaway won't go. Halftime arrives, and Michigan for the 16th time this year.
Below that knee where he knocked knees, he said he'll be good to go. He scored in double figures 19 of his 20 games that he's played. As for Juwan Howard, at the basket, whether they're drives or on the backboard.
Wisconsin now 10 of 13 on layups, so they would be wise to drive the basketball.
Damari Burnett for three, rattles it home.
He got off 4. Fighting off A.J. Storr. Storr looking for the post up, and Damari Burnett took it away.
Chucky Hepburn got inside. Kamwa blocks his progress. Now on the mismatch, Wall against McDaniel. Bangs his way inside. There's another one of those moves. We've enter it to Terrace Reed Jr. Reed had some good moments in that first half. McDaniel, the three won't go, and Crowell kicks the rebound over to Wall. Wall on the run, big man, end to end for 2, and we're
going to drive it, and we are going to get to the rim until Michigan shows that they can stop it.
McDaniel gets his own miss, left it short. Kamwa bodied by Crowell, and he's got 8% on the year for the Tennessee transfer. 2 for 2 at the line. If you're Wisconsin right now, would you do anything but drive at the basket?
Drive and post.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with A.J. Storr, you look to post him some, but here we go again. And Hepburn all the way to the rim, and it's another bucket for the Badgers.
9 for Chucky tonight since the injury for Doug.
Got a good look. Sloppy pass by Tyler Wall. Michigan with some good execution. Kamwa bringing it. It's just dried up for Doug McDaniel. That jumper not going. Look out.
Oh, my. Storr with the bucket, and Wisconsin with their first lead. Figures now with 10. 15 to shoot. There's Williams driving, leading against Storr, and a foul on A.J. Storr. His first team's points difference in the second half tonight. Let's check.
Beat Stanford, lose to Texas Tech. They go to Oregon, lose in overtime. Play
and their defense has just not helped their cause. They beat themselves too often. Turnovers, defensive rebounding. There's just too many things that they have done that haven't translated to winning, just like that right there.
I mean, that's 2 and then a...
He's going to be good. He needs to get in the weight room. This
tremendously athletic family. This is both free throws. Klesmit reset the shot clock under 20.
And how often did we see that against Rutgers, where Scarlet Knight just living on the offensive board?
Chucky saw the matchup with Cheddar, took him to the hole, and he'll go to the line to distribute and to get everybody else involved. But they want him to be, and he's done shot. Rebound, Ilver has it for Wisconsin.
It's not a high percentage shot. It's late in the clock. It's got to go up, but that was not a great possession for Michigan.
He's missed his last 6 shots since knocking knees with Nolan Winter, and right to the rim again goes A.J. Storr. A 13-4 run. They've outscored Cheddar on the baseline. Rebound tipped out, ends up with Llewellyn. Shot clock still counting to 5. Williams will hoist, and he'll hit. That's a deep 2, but Michigan will take anything at this point.
Boy, and Terrence
Ilver, the deep 3, barely draws iron and trying to save it. Siegen flipped back into play, flipped again, bodies all over the floor, and now Michigan with numbers if they hurt. Cheddar on the run, back it goes to Kamwa. He'll go to the line. Bodies all over the floor. 5 points, 12 rebounds tonight for Olivier Kamwa. Tonight in the second half. By the way, 7 of 9 on 2s in the second half. Kamwa, and Michigan is back on top.
Just 1 of 3 from the field. You mentioned the 4 fouls, but this is kind of the way it's been. 2 games prior, he's only taken 8 shots, so the double team has certainly taken him out. And Will Cheddar feeling it from 3. And it can be uncomfortable because you hear it, you feel it. That was a good look.
Badgers haven't scored in almost 4 minutes. Wall working back inside, and the drought ends.
I think Wisconsin would be wise to...
Not what you're wanting.
No.
If you're a Michigan fan, that's exactly what you want. Jackson will turn the corner, and we've got a foul. It'll be on Marcus Ilver. Run into the 1-and-1 is 3 for Reed. The only 2 in any significant.
Right back.
Wall stumbles down, trying to get rid of it to Klesmit. Loose ball, and numbers now for Michigan. Burnett to the other end. misses the shot. Cheddar there to clean it up and put it in.
Boy, good hustle right there by Cheddar to not just
Cheddar tonight. They want to go inside to Winter. The denial is there. Here's Storr to work against Michigan. Around the wall screen and a foul as he drove inside. 3 for 3 tonight. Two for two. Another tight ball game in the second half on the Big Ten Network. Feels like every night what we have in this league. Reed at the logo. Time for the flush.
just a little ball fake. And Purdue at home, the one thing that the Cornhuskers are missing is a signature road win.
This could be that opportunity, but Northwestern's so good at home. Llewellyn to Reed. He went up for the one-hand flush. Didn't get that to go, but Reed at the line. Good on the first as we check in with Andy Katz.
You don't know about McDaniel. Maybe you assume that he'll be back, but obviously he's got an academic issue.
Lobbying for a rule change mid-game would be
Mid-game.
interesting.
Here's Storr driving inside. William trying to back down against Terrace. Reed Jr. throws up.
I thought he got fouled there. I thought Reed got up underneath Stephen Crowell. Reed's physicality has bothered him, but I thought that there was some contact there down below on the hook.
Cheddar, the three spins around and home. He's got 11. Klesmit picked up on a switch by Cheddar.
This is going to be to the rim.
Or a step back three. And he hits it. The first three made in the second half for Wisconsin.
Western and some of the other teams that he's blitzed.
Had one against Nebraska last week. 10-0, 11-0 run. Burnett with 5 to shoot. Williams to work against Storr. 2 to shoot. Tough fadeaway falls. Maybe it's Michigan's night. Finally. Klesmit turns the corner. Finds Chucky Hepburn for 3. Back-to-back triples for the Badgers. Hanging around.
Be cautious here with the ball.
He'll try from deep. Won't go, and Storr the rebound, his second. Storr explodes against Burnett. Good block off and then a turnover. Williams able to anticipate, and Klesmit.
Team effort.
When it's Michigan of late.
Well, and they've shown some real toughness as well because Wisconsin made their run. I'm sure they're equally honored, and they have gotten themselves and built themselves a 7-point lead.
And 11 of 12 now at the line in the second half. As Storr gets right to the rim and puts 2 more on the board. He has 18.
It truly is a simple game right now for Wisconsin.
Can they do that with Reed handling here? The handoff to Burnett.
What a screen right there by Terrace Reed.
Opened up a lane for Williams, but Reed gets the offensive rebound, and then Hepburn pokes it free, and a foul. Chucky Hepburn was trying. It
might be a therapeutic type of.
And I appreciate the fact that DJ Carter,
That shot.
one of his better games of the season.
He's
tonight.
been solid tonight. I think that's what you've got to be asking for him. That's progress from a game where I didn't feel like he was solid against Rutgers.
Wall started this one, the breakaway, and Llewellyn with the foul. Tyler Wall's going to get an opportunity to go. Front end for Wall. That was off, but an offensive rebound for. $20 now for Storr. 18 straight games in double figures for A.J. Storr. Comwell with 5 to shoot, working against Wall. Spins baseline, turnover Michigan. 1:35 to go. Badgers down 3 on the road. Chucky on the drive inside. Llewellyn, good defense, ball poked free. Jalen Llewellyn's played extensive minutes at home tonight. More so than.
Man, he has not had it going tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see where do they go.
And a guy who leads Michigan in assists, Rob, has none. McDaniel driving inside, the floater off the glass, got the roll. His first points since the 7:49 mark of the first half.
Well, give Juwan Howard a lot of credit. He had faith in his point guard, gave him space, and McDaniel made a play downhill.
Burnett with the personal foul. That's his 4th. Team's 8th. Klesmit. Front end is good. And Klesmit when trailing at halftime. Will those hold in the final minute? Here's McDaniel to the rim. Won't get that one to go. Crowell with a little tip to Chucky Hepburn. 3-point game. Where does Wisconsin look? And timeout. They look to the bench where Greg Gard.
Anyone, and it's made for some incredibly entertaining games.
I mean, right now, Michigan battling in the bottom of the league, giving Wisconsin all they want. Klesmit will push it out to Wall. Here's Hepburn with 13 to shoot. Hepburn for three. Off the heel, rebounded inside by Michigan. 23 seconds to go. They're going to have to foul. Michigan could dribble this one out if they wanted to, and there's the foul. Klesmit with his second.
It ended up just being Chucky Hepburn.
And a two-possession game. Each team with a timeout. Klesmit to work. Around a Wall screen. Here's Hepburn. He'll drive into the paint. Stops. Foul. And Chucky Hepburn successful in those three-point shots. And there they go. Running fly routes. McDaniel gets the inbound, and he's fouled by Chucky Hepburn. Well, Doug McDaniel, as he came across, collided with Tyler Wall. And 1 for 2 at the line just a moment ago. Two-possession game. Badgers have a timeout if they need it. 7 seconds. Handoff Klesmit. Launches a three. Caught underneath by Williams. And this one's over. And the upset in Ann Arbor sees number 11 Wisconsin go down as Michigan snaps their 5-game losing streak. 72-68. The Wolverines get the win over Wisconsin.